Today, we're in Germany, 216 kilometers north of Berlin, in the northern state of Mecklenburg, in the city of Schwaan. It's our last day here in Schwaan. Tomorrow, we will start the journey back to Canada. Tonight, though, we're having an opening for the exhibition of all the work we've done here in Germany. We're in the studio atop the Kunstmuseum, putting the final touches on the paintings. It's been a fabulous trip. We've finished just over 100 paintings of the surrounding area and the Baltic Sea, plus we've learned a lot of history. The Kunstmuseum staff, especially gallery director Heiko Brunner and administrator Sebastian Molt, have been amazing during our stay, suggesting locations, organizing excursions, even translating when we needed it. Paul and I are photographing every painting, so we'll have a record of them until they are shipped to Canada after the exhibition closes. Cam is taking apart the makeshift wet painting carrier that has served him so well on every outing here. These plastic pieces, which were added to some cardboard from the Kunstmuseum to make the carrier, will go back in his suitcase for the next expedition. With the paintings almost all photographed and organized, Bruno and Sebastian have started the daunting task of hanging the show. The Kunstmuseum is housed in one of the oldest buildings in Schwaan. The current building was built over 200 years ago by the Duke of Mecklenburg as a watermill or Wassermühle. The oldest records show there was a mill at this location since 1602, although earlier signs of a watermill that date back to the 13th century were discovered during the renovation of the nearby Bika Bridge. The water from the Bika River ran over the mill ditch and the mill pond to the mill, and then on to the Warnow. Several fires devastated the city of Schwaan during the 16th, 17th, and 18th centuries and destroyed most of the city. But both the church and the mill somehow survived. In 1850, Grand Duke Frederick Franz II sold the watermill to the city of Schwaan for 17,000 thaler, the equivalent of about $12,000. Now that it was owned by the city, the mill pond was also used for washing clothes, bathing, and watering horses. Sometimes the low water levels of the Bika forced the mill tenants to task. So in 1950, a diesel engine was added to aid the mill during water shortages. By the 1960s, the mill had been converted to a feed production facility. The water wheel and watershed were demolished, and the mill pond and trench filled in. Today, the mill building houses the Kunstmuseum and is dedicated to the painters of Frans Bunke's artist colony of Schwaan. After extensive restoration to the building, the art museum was opened in 2002. The beam and truss structure was carefully integrated into a gallery space, while on the ground floor, the historic Millroom Museum displays the works of the watermill. It's getting close to showtime now. The wine is poured, the paintings are hung, and we get our first chance to preview the finished exhibition. Outside, a crowd is starting to gather. Lots of people have seen us painting in the surrounding area and are curious to see what the Canadian artists have created. It's decided to address the waiting patrons outside. Heiko explains the project to the visitors. Sebastian translates for us.
Danke, thank you. We are excited to be here. Wir freuen uns sehr, hier zu sein. Firstly, on behalf of all the men who paint, we would like to thank Heiko Brunner and Sebastian and the staff at the Kunstmuseum, as well as my colleague Peter Lineweaver from Rostock University for making this trip possible.
Now it's finally time to open the doors. The opening's turnout is one of the best in the Kunstmuseum's history, and it feels great to see all of our work together. The paintings will stay up for a month and a half here, and then will be shipped back to Canada for exhibitions there. The opening is a magical way to end this great adventure. We've painted just over 100 canvases in 10 days, met incredible people, seen amazing things, and made lots of new friends. It'll be hard to leave, but tomorrow we'll take the train to Hamburg and then fly back to Canada for a bit of a rest before we start our next adventure. Thanks for watching. Click like and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.